Does it bother you just a little bit that everybody kind of sees you to a certain point as just DMX's wife? Like, you have your own identity. You're your own person. You got, you know, your own family responsibility. Is that another reason you kind of jumped on the show? Because now, I know you. I know Tashera. Before, it was just DMX's wife.
I definitely had well, at first I didn't have a problem with it, but as time went on,
it gets old.
I was just like, my name is Tashera, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and even
like
right
they don't
now,
even know your name, like,
yeah,
it's
they're like
DMX's
wife.
People introduce you like that. Oh, this is just DMX. Like,
yeah, all the time, and I'm like,
passing thing.
Yes, exactly. But then when we were separated for like 6 years is when I started finding myself and getting my own identity. And when I decided to do the show, because at first I didn't want to do it, and then X was just like, I think we have a lot to talk about, and I said, okay, because he never said that. So when I went on, I said, you know what? No, the world, this is where the world could really see who I am. You know what I mean? Even though they didn't really see who I am.
Yeah, they chopped and spliced that. But y'all had the majority of
the show.
Yeah.
It was so much, like, I was beefing about it. I thought we had 2 seasons. There's no doubt. Like, we definitely had 2 seasons.
Now, it's reality, but they can't put everything in. So how long were y'all in that house? Like 3 weeks?
Yeah, we were there for 3 weeks.
So they don't let y'all leave?
We could
There's no
leave.
TV and there's no radio. There's a couple things about reality TV that y'all gotta realize. If you notice, there's no radio. There's no TV. And in this particular house on VH1, there's no stimulants, there's no drinks. Like in real world, that's how they get the action going. Booze everywhere, alcohol, you know, you got these beautiful houses. And you know, it's let's go. You got these young people, all this energy built up. So in y'all situation, it's like nothing but sober realism hitting you in the face, like
which was good for me, but not for him. Because that's the first time I really realized that, you know, he had to function without the liquor and the weed, and because he came in with the weed and everything. And
they didn't show all of that.
He took it like he came with them.
He was negotiating for that bottle. He was like, I just a little swing, a little swing.
Right.
He said goodbye to the bottle. Did you see that, G? He was like, bye, bottle. Bye. A couple of weeks.
He was over it. And if they would have showed the real, like, they chopped it up so much, like, afterwards he was in the room telling me, like, I can't do this shit, but like, this is crazy. Like, you telling me I can't drink even when the cameras is off, and I was just like,
even when the cameras is off?
Yo, yeah, like, they were
How often do they shoot? It's not 24 hours, right?
24 hours.
Really?
When they stopped following us around and we closed the door, there was a camera.
Yeah, they do the night light to catch any action at night.
Yeah, it was no joke. And we had 4 times a day intense therapy. We were in therapy for like 2-3 hours a day.
Oh, that's
no
a
exaggeration.
That's
and it was good though, because at first X was like real dry and like, you know, he was just angry.
Real bottled up.
Yeah, but
he's full of emotion. Was he always this emotional? As you know, you knew him since he was a teenager, more or less. Was he always this emotional? You know what I mean?
He kind of, yeah. He just never showed it the way he's never.
Because he pours it out in the music. I mean, it's so visible in every song. Even how he rhymes, you feel the emotion, like. But people don't know he really talks like that. That's the funniest part of everything, is that he be like, "Hey, how you doing, Steph Lova? How are you?" I'll be like, "Oh my God, he's really like this, yo."
Yeah, my nigga.
That's it. What you see is what you get.
Right.
Like definitely.
It's my wife, Tashera.
Yo, it never turns off of him. But he, like, that's just the way he is. That's one thing I loved about him though. He was so street and real, and that's what I loved about him. But he never showed, like you said, through his music and behind closed doors. He was always very expressive in everything. In the crying part, I wouldn't say always. He wasn't. He's gotten worse through the years, and I think it's because of so much has happened. He's made so many mistakes, and then with his mother, because I think it all stems. If you could see,
you could see that it always. And I remember when Get At Me Dog first came out, it was kind of like when the rock bands had the big hair, and then Nirvana came out. Cause remember, it was shiny suits, and then the dog came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like that, don't you think? Just a little bit.
Just change the game.
And Tashera said she didn't believe. She said she didn't believe that Get At Me Dog was gonna pop off, right?
No, when he first wrote it, and he was like, yo, get at me, dog. Like, he was just saying, yo, get at me. I was like, come on, Earl, nobody's gonna like that.
Come on, Earl.
Dead ass.
Earl, go back to the drawing board.
Right, exactly. I'm like, are you serious? Because before that, he came out with Born Loser.
Right.
And it did good, but Get At Me, Dog went somewhere else.
Get At Me, Dog was it. After the video in the tunnel.
Yo, it was crazy.
What is this fascination with the dogs anyway?
I mean, it was his best friend. Like, that was all he had. Like, when his mom used to throw him out, like, he always had his dog sleeping in cars, just like, and when I met him, he had a dog.
That's crazy.
I never liked animals until I met him.
Y'all are really opposites. I guess this is
Total
true.
opposites.
Opposites definitely do attract, huh?
And you see that, right? It's like,
Yes, definitely, definitely. So now, since you did this show, I'm hearing that you got another situation that might be looking real great for you. Can you tell us a little bit about it, or how much can you tell us about it? A pilot was shot.
Yep, a pilot
Can you
was
tell
shot.
us a little bit about what it's about? Because, you know, couples therapy, we pretty much know what that was about. So what is this one about?
I can tell you what it's about. Just can't say with network yet. Because
Okay.
They didn't sign anything yet. But,
Okay.
it's about women. All the women that it's about with me and 5 other women.
Right.
And they all have been with iconic men.
Okay.
Like the backbones, like how I am with X.
Right.
And what we're doing now. And it's very, very interesting. Like,
Okay.
It's deep, and it's on a good network. It's not on I mean, VH1 is good, but I feel like it's
I like VH1, yeah.
Maybe they toning it down, but this is.
I think they are trying to tone it down though, because I think there's a petition trying to get them basketball wives out of here. The
Yeah, that's
whole
what I
bullying
heard.
thing. Because I mean, they all, but they bullying them chicks. They not gonna bully me. They not gonna bully you.
Exactly.
Because then it'll be like basketball wives in the hospital season too.
Right,
like
you
it'll
ain't
be
never
a whole different scenario.
Right.
And then they bully these chicks on a desert island, but then you can't call no backup. They take the broad passport. She can't go nowhere.
Right, no, that was
She
like,
got to
this
go
is
through
crazy.
Tammy to get her passport to get back to civilization.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It be stuff like that that's crazy. So that's good.
Yeah, so it's good. Like, I'm really excited because I'm finally, one thing about couples therapy is like, I finally got a chance to get introduced to the world on, it's a part of me that a lot of people haven't seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
We've never seen you.
never
Never.
seen me.
Not even in DMX reality. I don't really remember seeing you.
No, and you know what? That was in the beginning of us starting to have our problems. That's why I was only in like 2 episodes, and then he was in Arizona, if you know.
Right.
So that's why I wasn't in it. I don't know if you remember, but the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, I don't
was
remember
good.
seeing you at all in that. And Arizona was not good for him at all. I don't know why he picked that.
Well, what happened, because you know our main house is in New York, upstate New York, and then that was our vacation house, but then when we broke up, he went and stayed out there.
Why Arizona?
Well, he did his 5th album there, and it was so like spiritual, and he could really like focus, and nobody know him out there.
Right.
So, and he wound up loving it. I mean, it was nice. You know what? For the quads and
Right.
yeah, it was.
But he just kept getting arrested out there. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't.
But they didn't like him out there.
I mean, that was the last state to okay the Martin Luther King Jr. as a holiday. You know what I mean? Like that should tell you right then and there where their mainframe is and all of that. How are the kids in all of this? Because your kids are older now, and they kind of see this, and it's, you know, when you have older kids, they know what's going on. You can't shield them but so much. So how are they kind of coping with, you know, mom and dad on Front Street, more or less? You know, because most of that family business stays in the house. You know what I mean?
No, well, you know what? Well, the oldest, he's deal with it from the beginning till right now because he's 19. So he's our oldest, and he was there before and now, like, you know what I mean?
So y'all had kids before X popped off, right?
Yeah, we had,
Okay.
before he even signed, we had one son, and he was 6 years old. And,
Oh, so he already knew. Yeah,
he was
he
in belly.
experienced the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, so he's the only one that is like him and X just started speaking. And what was really whack about the show is because they got together on the show. They didn't show that.
Yeah, it probably wasn't emotional enough.
That's what it was, because they saw each other before that. But then we had them surprise him for X's birthday, but they didn't show that.
Yeah, they don't show too much.
They don't show
Do you
too
think they did a good job in depicting you guys? Do you think they did?
I didn't think so, but it seems like
I mean, on a scale of
everybody
1
got
to
it.
10, what do you think? Because you lived it, so.
I think they did a 5. Like
they would have needed a whole show just on y'all.
They did. I'm telling you, because it was so much funny stuff, so much good stuff that X and me did in there, like, and they just kind of picked and choose, and it was just like dry and straight to the point. So, but I mean, everybody got it, so I was like,
how do you deal with these other chicks? Like, cause me, I'd have let it go, I'd have let it blow, yes. Cause I think it was something about he was talking to one chick during the show, and then it was something in the social websites. I didn't really piece all that together. But how do you deal with, you know what I'm just saying, all of this when it came out? Like, oh my God, like one I would be like, oh my God. But then another, and I mean, you way stronger than me, girl.
Well, you know what? I guess because there's a story before this. You know, I was abandoned as a child, and I feel like that's where my strength comes from. You know, because I took care of my 7 brothers and sisters, and then X came on board like 4 years after.
Right.
And I was like, he was just like a piece of cake. So, how I dealt with it is like a lot of stuff was behind closed doors. I didn't know a lot of stuff, and then when everything started coming to light, me and him was already like 4 years in that we weren't together.
Okay.
And of course I was devastated, but I just was just like, I seen X was my best friend, and even still to now, me and him is the best of friends. And it's just like I just saw him change and get sucked up into this industry. And when all of that started happening with all the women and the babies, I was
start believing when he rhyming.
Yo, I'm telling you, and I was just like,
when he did that girl record, I was like, oh man.
What y'all bitches on?
Yes, and he named all them chicks. I was like, wow.
I didn't even like, to be honest with you, I was just like, is this after everything started coming to light? I was like, was all this stuff true? Like, were you really?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Like, it was like, I'm happy just the way how everything came about and unraveled. I felt like I really had my back, because had I found out like when we were together, it probably would have broke me. But I was just so done. Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I felt bad. I was just like, you know what? He really let this shit get the best of me. You know what I mean? And I was just like, as long as I'm gonna just take, because I have kids. You know, I felt like I had to be strong.
Yeah, you gotta be strong for the kids. And right now, do you think he can do it again? Like seriously, given what you know, all the background stuff, where he's at his space in life right now, and I look at where Jay-Z's at and where X was at, and like a couple years ago they was neck and neck. Actually, X was a little up on him because X had the movies, the Steven Seagal. I mean, those movies. I mean, he was getting M's for those movies.
Right.
Like he could have said, forget rap and just did movies.
Clearly.
And I mean,
and you know what?
You think he can do it again?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I have to be honest. Like, I really don't know. Only because I know he got it. That's not something that I'm doubting. It's just he needs to really. And if you like, he has so much inner like hurt and demons that he still hasn't faced yet. Like that was just the beginning. Couples therapy. And it did open up a lot of doors. Where now when me and him talk, he's different. But it's like it just seemed like he can't get that. Like the music that he's making now, I mean, just my opinion, I'm just like, it's just not that X. And I tell him that, and like as we went on, in time, it was just like, he has so many yes men now.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So when I give him the real, because I was always scared, I was always there when he was
give him the real, because you love him. You always want to tell him the truth.
Exactly, and it's like, I think he knows that.
And all of them dudes is just, they gonna tell him what he want to hear because they want to keep eating.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I've been telling him that, and I'm still telling him now. And I just feel like he's really lost right now. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. I don't need to keep it real. I feel like he's lost, and he still does have it. I don't know if he's gonna be able to bring it out. You know, like, I pray for it all the time because I always want to see the best for us. You know what I mean? But it's just... Hey, this is Tashera Simmons, and you're listening to the Steph Lova program. My girl, please check it out.